Wait, before you call him lucky, before you reduce his journey to his father's money, listen carefully, because the night that changed Davido's life, money was powerless. And in that moment, all the fame in the world could not save him. David Adeleke was born into wealth, not the kind you hustle for, the kind you inherit, the kind where your surname already opens doors, where expectations sit on your shoulders before you can even spell your dreams. His future looked predictable: business meetings, corporate empires, a smooth, unquestioned legacy. But his heart didn't beat for boardrooms. It beat for rhythm, for melodies, for the roar of a crowd. Choosing music wasn't convenience, it was courage. Imagine looking at everything secured for you and still choosing uncertainty. Imagine telling a billionaire father, "I don't want the office, I want the studio." That wasn't rebellion for attention, it was rebellion for identity. People mocked him. They are founding his career. He can't sing, he won't last. But what they didn't understand was this: Davido doesn't chase validation, he chases belief. When Dami Duro exploded, it wasn't just a hit. It was a young man proving he belonged, and slowly, the laughter faded, from doubters to devoted fans, from privileged accusations to global recognition, from rich kid experiment to Afrobeat giant. But success has shadows, and here is where everything changes, because fame is loud, but fatherhood is louder. When he held his child for the first time, the world shifted, the chains felt. The award felt quieter. The applause felt temporary. For the first time, he loved something that didn't clap back, something fragile, something sacred. And then, one night, one devastating moment, and everything stopped. No studio lights, no backstage noise, no interviews, just a house filled with silence. The kind of silence that screams inside your chest. A superstar became a grieving father, and grief doesn't respect wealth. It doesn't bow to status. It doesn't negotiate with influence. It humbles you the same way it humbles everyone. He vanished from spotlight, not because he was weak, but because pain requires privacy. The parties ended, the music paused, the noise died down. And for the first time in years, David wasn't Davido. He was just a man trying to survive heartbreak. And this is where love reveals itself, because pain exposes everything. It exposes loyalty. It exposes intention. It exposes who stays. When the headlines slowed, when the gossip pages moved on, when the world grew impatient, she didn't. Chioma, not as a celebrity partner, not as a trending topic, but as home. While strangers debated their relationship, while critics whispered, while the internet speculated, she chose silence, she chose presence, she chose him. And sometimes, the loudest love is the one that doesn't defend itself publicly. It just stands firm, through grief, through pressure, through unbearable loss. She didn't need the spotlight. She became his safe place from it. And in that quiet rebuilding, something beautiful happened. Their bond deepens, not built on luxury, not built on fame, but built on shared pain. Because when two people survive a storm together, they don't just love each other, they understand each other. When he returned to music, he wasn't the same. He was softer, stronger. Timeless didn't just sound like celebration, it sounded like survival. And behind that survival was stability. Behind that strength was loyalty. Behind that calm was a woman who stayed when walking away would have been easier. People talk about his cars, his success, his comeback numbers, but they don't talk enough about this. Real love is not proven when everything is perfect. It's proven when everything breaks. And maybe, just maybe, after everything he lost, God didn't just restore his career. He restored his heart. He restored his home. He restored his love, and that is a different kind of greatness. Before this video ends, let me speak to you directly. Maybe you are in your silent season right now. Maybe you feel embarrassed. Maybe you feel delayed. Maybe you feel like life is not moving the way you planned. Davido had moments like that too. Moments when the world celebrated him, and moments when the same world questioned him. He faced heartbreak. He faced loss. Faced public pressure. But his story didn't end in that pain. And that is your reminder. Your current situation is not your final destination. Just because things look messy right now does not mean your story is over. Sometimes God allows the storm so you can appreciate the restoration. Sometimes the heartbreak is protection. And sometimes the love that survived everything is the love that was always meant for you. So don't give up. Not on yourself, not on your dreams, not on love, not on God. If this story gave you hope, if it reminded you that restoration is real, then subscribe, because on this channel, we don't just tell stories, we remind you that your own breakthrough is possible. And trust me, your best chapter might still be coming.